Honorable Chair, we have been asked to provide information to this committee on a number of issues, and the first is on whether there was any formal complaint that had been registered with the various security offices in Kilifi, Malindi, concerning the matter under inquiry. I state as follows: that yes, there were reports made, and the prime suspect, Mr. Mackenzie, is not new to the criminal justice system. He has been doing the things that has caused this tragedy for years, since he arrived in Malindi sometime in 1995, where he was a taxi driver up to 2003, and from 2003 he started his church, which he called Good News International, and there's nothing international about that church, and there's nothing good. The only thing that has persisted is the news, and the news about him is bad news. Honorable Chair and members, when he started preaching, it took a little time for the residents of that area to realize this was a criminal. First, he was preaching in one of these members' homes, and then they fell out. Then he went in a nearby place called Furuzi, which is outside Malindi town, and started his church there in 2004 after 1 year. Then he preached for a while there, but throughout his preaching there was a lot of controversy, and around 2019 he closed that church, sold it, including the TV channels, to Mr. Ezekiel Ombok, another pastor in the same area, and that was in 2019, and he moved in 2020 to Shakahola Forest to do the things that he was doing there until we arrested him this year in April. There were formal complaints. There were formal complaints because, as a result, and I'm tying this with the question which came later, or rather the other issue which I was asked to clarify, which is the action after these reports were made, is because of the activities of Mr. Mackenzie that he was arrested. First, Mr. Mackenzie was arrested on 14th March 2017. He was arrested alongside one Winnie Alexander and another Betty Mwaka. The criminal case is number 182 of 2017. The three were jointly charged with the offense of offering basic education in an unregistered institution, contrary to Section 76 and 92 of the Basic Education Act. That was in 2017, Honorable Chair. Today is 2023. The first encounter with the criminal justice system against Mr. Mackenzie was 6 years ago. And I've given you the case number as a manifestation of the action taken by the authorities. He was teaching children and not licensed to do so. So that is a charge the prosecution preferred. Now, he entered into a plea bargain with the prosecution, which again, as you're aware, the prosecution is an independent institution. So some of the decisions they make, they cannot be questioned by the minister or by people because of our constitution. And I'll come back to that point, Chair. We must ask ourselves how far independence goes. Because of our trauma as a country in the past, we sought too much independence of certain organs over and above what is required for them to be functional. The result of it is institutions which are supposed to secure national security and national interest are undermining the same ideals. And they are flashing independence. They are saying we are independent, but I don't know how far. We have to decide going forward how far the independence of institutions should be taken. So the ODPP entered into a plea bargain, and Mr. Mackenzie, as a result of the plea bargain, was released by court, and he was told by the court, the trial court ordered him to be of good behavior, which is one of the outcomes of a plea bargain. He was told go home and behave well. He didn't. He was charged again. The same year he was arrested again. A report was made for someone to be arrested, there must be a report. So he was again arrested the second time. Remember, the first one was 14th March 2017. The second arrest, Honorable Chair, took place the same year after he has been told to go and behave well. A few months later, in October, 6 months later, the date is 17th October 2017. He was charged with 4 counts. And among the 4 counts, one of them is a serious offense. And I'm not saying the others are not offenses, they are offenses, but one of them is a serious offense. Honorable Chair and the other lawyers in the House, you know about the hierarchy of crimes. There is a hierarchy of crimes. We have the most abominable crimes, both national and international laws, and they go escalating like that. Every crime is a crime, but we have a hierarchy of crimes. Among the 4 counts for which Mr. Mackenzie was charged with was the offense of radicalization under Section 12D of the Prevention of Terrorism Act number 30 of 2012.